we have identified here are the different sort of flavors of sex
Hmm.
addicts.
Hmm.
And I've often felt that there are different flavors of partners. And
100%.
and we as a field haven't identified that. So when they come in, we
100%.
still like we used to pathologize them as, the co-addict or the codependent.
Right?
We don't pathologize, but we still just lump them in the same group of, oh, you're a partner, so this is how it applies to you, as opposed to understanding sort of what's the
Yeah.
flavor of your
Yeah.
betrayal or your experience and how is it showing up for you? Because some partners have very little reactive betrayal and they're very able to stay present, and others have that big pain, PTSD, and like you said, some have that embitterment, and
Yep.
understanding the different flavors would be so helpful.
Yeah. I worked with a couple this week. I had spent 2 6-hour days with a couple and very different presentation for both of them. Now, there is some research around this, um, and it also is true of anecdotally when I look at my own clinical experience. When I'm working with a couple, and when if the male, if it's a, male female couple, and the male has done the betraying and the woman has been betrayed, most of the time, the man's attachment style leans more in that sort of dismissive, avoidant quadrant. And most of the time, the betrayed partner's attachment style is more anxious, preoccupied.
Hmm.
And so much of the literature that's out there, the workbooks, the material, the podcasts, all of that, and I'm guilty of what I'm about to say. I've done this too. Does exactly what you just talked about.
Yeah.
So now the way we describe the behaviors, right? It's not just about, you know, person in recovery, person who's been betrayed and their behaviors. Y- You know, we lump in all of these other aspects. Well, this couple I worked with this week, it was reversed.
Yeah.
The woman was dismissive and avoidant. The
Hmm.
man was preoccupied, anxious. It was an entirely different experience in this room
Yeah.
than what I normally see. That betrayed partner, she actually said to me, everyone keeps asking me about being hypervigilant. I haven't been hypervigilant at all, which fits that attachment style, right? And so that's another example of where I think there needs to be a lot more research on how does attachment style,
Yeah.
you know, affect presentation, symptomology, etiology, all of it.
Yeah. So important. Exactly. That's why we need to do research. We need to keep doing the research in sex addiction. We need
Mm-hmm.
to sort of dig in and take
Mm-hmm.
the research around betrayal trauma to that next level.
Mm-hmm.
I think both all those things are just going to help us to so much more effectively help the
Yeah,
people impacted by these
that's right.
experiences.
That's right. I mean, I'm there's a whole lot out there, a lot of discussion out there right now about male betrayed partners,
Oh yeah.
right? But it's
Oh,
all like to my knowledge, it's all just guesswork at this point.
yeah.
You know?
There's a lot of clinical evidence that they present differently, they have very different experiences, but you're right, I don't think we have any research that actually classifies or characterizes or gives us actual data on what we're seeing.
What are we actually seeing? What is actually different? Why are there differences? Are these biological? Are these social? Is it based on social messaging? Is it both? How much? What? There's tons of questions out there about that. I mean, I'm actually, because I'm researching, not doing original research. I'm trying to see what is out there. I'm trying to pay attention. I'm trying to ask people who work more with betrayed males. And I'm actually coming to this conclusion that there's actually a whole lot more overlap and similarity,
Yeah,
right? But then we need to isolate, okay, so then what are the differences? Because then we can begin to hone and target our
right.
interventions better, more effectively.
And what we keep coming back to, which is not that the treatment people are offering to male betrayed partners or to sex addicts right now is
Mhm.
bad. It's
No,
not
no.
bad. But as we do the research and we better understand where are the overlaps, what are the differences, what are the nuances, where is this coming from, what is really at the core that is
Yeah.
driving this, the treatment we offer can just be taken to another level and can be that much
Absolutely.
more effective.
That's right. That's right. 100%. I mean,